I'm just trying to invest in a coin, man.
CXCOIN is the one to choose. I'm gonna be in the Telegram, my Telegram. CXCOIN Telegram.
The price is so low, it's in scientific notation. It is in scientific notation. It is that low. Holy shit. I didn't even know that was possible.
You want to keep the money that's not yours, that you took from the project, even though you failed to deliver.
I mean, I'm not really sure what you want me to say, but yeah.
Yo, hey guys, you know what? What about a Dylan Burns coin? Also, did you guys hear about,
Personally profited $300,000
about this man right here? Ice Poseidon, did you guys hear about the story? The once king of Twitch scammed his fans out of $300,000 in a cryptocurrency scheme. And then when was confronted about it, he basically admitted it, but then said he wouldn't give the money back, but then said he'd give them some of the money back and then proceeded to not give them the money he agreed to give back, which was like half of it. For those of you who don't know, Ice Poseidon used to literally be the king of this platform. It was like the purple army everywhere, man. He has fallen a mighty fall to the absolute bottom, man. This is just fucking sad. This is actually depressing. I don't even know like what to say to this. But let's watch.
The famous live streamer Ice Poseidon just scammed his followers for up to $500,000, and I'm going to prove it. He personally profited $300,000 by stealing money out of a crypto scheme that he set up. And when I confronted Ice Poseidon, who's better known
shit like this, 100%, I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. I know next to nothing. I took one cryptocurrency sponsorship back in the day when I was homeless, and I never did it again. Number one, because I didn't like it. I didn't care about the product. I just needed money. And number two, like, I don't know, man. It seems like everything with crypto seems sketch these days. I mean, somebody legitimately went in my DMs was like, just give me a number and I'll give you a cryptocurrency sponsorship. Just give me a ballpark. And I wouldn't even give him a number because I just don't want to be associated with this stuff because this shit is PR poison. Not only is it PR poison and I don't care, but oh my God, the ratios. I don't even want to dream of that.
By his real name, Paul Danino, about this scam, he was shockingly honest. You want to keep the money that's not yours, that you took from the project, even though you failed to deliver.
I mean, I'm not really sure what you want me to say, but yeah.
I'm trying to like get you to return the money because it's 100% still available and you could do that.
Yeah, I could give the money back. It is within my power. But I'm going to look out for myself and not do that. I don't like know what else to say. That's just the most honest answer.
Now these influencer scams,
dude, I couldn't imagine being this like diabolically honestly evil,
are becoming more and more common, in part because of how easy they are to pull off. Ice Poseidon's scheme apparently took him only 2 weeks of work to set up before he apparently got bored with the project and decided to stop working on it and just took the money. Like, seriously, how long did you work? I'm just curious.
Well, like you said, it was a fork, so I don't know, a couple weeks.
Couple weeks, $300,000. It's a nice chunk of change. Now, I pleaded with Paul, or Ice Poseidon, to return the money that he stole, in part appealing to the guilt that he was taking money from his fans who were all much worse off than him. Ice Poseidon's response was that he didn't like how that made him sound. I don't know if you're aware of the fact that you're...
Dude, unironically, I remember like a few months ago, he was like, please, I've been banned for so long, unban me on Twitch. And some people were like, man, maybe you should be unbanned. But dude, unironically, I give zero fucks about this guy. Like, I understand, like, some people like rehabilitation and da-da-da, but the dude's still a scumbag. Like, he hasn't really changed much. I'm gonna be honest. People keep saying he's changed in like Purple Army Redemption arc, but like, I don't see it.
Average fan has way less money than you. So you're just taking from poor people.
Ruber, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming. Forgot about, I didn't use my Basil bucks this month. 4 months and counting. Thank you for supporting the channel. I deeply appreciate it, Ru.
You understand that, right?
That is definitely not, that is not a good way to put it. That's a pretty shitty way to put it, my dude.
I think it's a pretty shitty thing to do. From the very beginning, this story shocked me, but especially the twist at the end that I can't tell you about yet. But what I can tell you is that this is my most in-depth investigation yet into influencer greed, cryptocurrencies gone wrong, and the blockchain. Now, I know it's been a while, so let me remind you, this is the $10 million studio. I'm your host, Coffeezilla, the internet detective, and well, it's good to be back.
Occurred. has occurred.
In order to understand what happened with Ice Poseidon, we have to rewind the clocks back. The story started when Ice Poseidon first got into crypto.
I invest in a lot of the like shit coin, like a lot of the you put money in and then you sell in like 20 minutes when it pumps.
Ice Poseidon first got into crypto just buying a lot of meme coins. But like many influencers, he quickly realized gambling on another person's coin is a sucker's game. The fast, easy money is actually in getting other people to gamble on your coin. Now, this moment is important. It's the moment Ice Poseidon realized what a gold mine it could be to start his own scam.
You're telling me I could create a CX coin and then people could buy it because I could say that the community is super strong and then I could sell it in 10 seconds and make $10 million. What the am I doing?
Ice Poseidon would later say that the clip you just watched was a joke and that the idea of him scamming his fans was just a bit he played up for the audience.
But then he actually did it.
But that core idea that he was missing out on a huge opportunity to make a ton of money was real, and it nagged at him. And pretty soon, he decided to start his own coin.
CXCOIN is the one to choose. I'm the founder of CXCOIN. My name's Paul Zanino, and I decided to make a community-driven token that I'm personally going to be a part of.
Now, almost immediately, this got a lot of attention. Obviously, given his past comments about sort of scamming people were understandably skeptical of this. And it came out right after Save the Kids, and you would have thought that myself and other people like Mudahar would have talked about this whole thing, but Ice Poseidon was working incredibly hard behind the scenes, which is something I need you guys to understand.
Dude, can I just be honest? Never trust a fucking Twitch streamer on like investment shit, okay? Look, I'm sorry. I don't care how much you trust your streamer, how much you think your streamer is a good person and he would never scam you. I mean, he's like whoever cares, like blah, 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 random person. My streamer is so good. My streamer is so brilliant. And I'm going to now make financial decisions based upon their advice. No, you're a fucking dumb fuck, okay? Get a financial advisor if you're going to actually be listening to anybody else's financial advice, or possibly like listen to like actually like tenured professors or maybe actual like economists, possibly. Not even. The best advice I can give you, legitimately, is getting a financial advisor if you have the money. If you don't have the money, then you got to get that education in other ways. But don't listen to some fucking random person on the internet give you financial advice and then bet your money on them, man. And I know the majority of you don't got that kind of money to just throw around in my chat. The majority of Americans can't afford a $400 emergency. So I know you fucks don't got the mortgages backed up, okay? I know you guys don't got the money just flowing out of your pockets to be throwing at this fucking shitcoin, okay? You don't got it, okay? It is much more likely that every single one of you guys are going to be homeless than going to be the next Bill Gates or going to be the next super rich superstar Jeff Bezos. Much more likely. And throwing your money at stupid internet investments by listening to advice on the internet is much more likely to go wrong than go good for you. And I think the odds of you engaging in that and ending up homeless is a lot more likely than the odds of you engaging in it and ending up rich. So please listen to like actual advisors. If I ever give you financial advice, outside of the advice of go listen to people who actually know what they're talking about, don't even listen to me. This applies to me too. Like, take it with the largest grain of salt, okay? A grain of salt so large it doesn't even fit in your mouth, man.
Contacting people like myself and pleading with us that he was just joking back then and he was serious about this coin. He wasn't about to pull off a scam like Save the Kids. He was different. He even mentioned in live streams that Save the Kids was going to make what he was about to do much harder.
I know about the phase coin, Steezy. That's why I'm trying my best to be as transparent as possible. I've been working on this for like a month now, and I wasn't going to let that drama stop me, but it definitely makes it a little bit more difficult.
Ice Poseidon repeatedly told skeptics that he couldn't rug this coin if he wanted to. He had locked all his money up in a smart contract. He told me that in DMs. He said, "Don't worry, no rug here. All the money is locked." Lol. And look, I have to admit, I was busy at the time with some other investigations, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt, something that I obviously regret now. But periodically I would hear, complaints from his community that they thought something was off. But every time I'd go to Ice, he would immediately respond, just immediately. And he always gave me something that sort of sounded reasonable. And I later learned he was doing the same thing with everyone who said something negative about CXCOIN. In fact, he got a Dextero article killed about CXCOIN being a scam. I mean, I even asked him about this at the time, and he said this: Dextero article went up and then down? Did you see that? Yeah, I emailed Dex proof I wasn't scamming. So leaving that up, quoting a Twitter with 2 likes is a bit unfair to me. The point I'm trying to make is he was playing the PR game hard, telling everybody he was different. He even gave me his wallet addresses and told me to hold him accountable. He wasn't going to do anything shady.
Okay, so the question is, right, when people do this shit, right, when you see people and they're like, I swear on my mama, I swear on this, I swear on that, and they put everything on the line when it comes to their reputation, like, don't just be like, well, I mean, I guess I really believe the guy. I mean, he seems so genuine. And don't buy that bullshit, okay? Buy it based upon how much that person values their reputation. A good example of this would be, IRI is somebody that I think very much values his reputation. He's not somebody that goes out and tries to, and I respect this about him, goes out and tries to get involved in drama and cliquey debates and any of that. He is somebody who's very dedicated to the type of content he produces with his C-SPAN, with his political commentary, with that. He's so dedicated to that stuff. He's so dedicated. And so and I know, and I've seen him go out there and avoid drama, avoid debates and confrontations. I remember my 24-hour Christmas stream. A relevant comes in and starts fighting back and forth with James. He leaves the room. That shit makes him uncomfortable. And so if a drama happened with IRI and he was like, dude, I don't even want to be involved in this. I'm not pushing this forward. I want it to end. I'm not lying about that. Some people are saying I'm lying. I'm not. I'd believe him. Why? Because at that point, he's putting his reputation on the line. Like, I'm telling you. And I'm like, okay, I got you. Because I trust him, because I know he values his reputation, because I've seen him work to benefit that reputation, to value that reputation. The problem is, Ice Poseidon doesn't give 2 fucks about his reputation. His reputation was literal garbage. It was, I am going out here doing some of the most scumfucky content, the most bottom feeder content available. And I'm saying that as a React streamer, okay? His content was quite literally, I am going to just see what kind of dumbass hijinks I can get involved in. And I'm going to do the stupidest shit imaginable. And we've seen him, like, basically decline as a streamer, right? And so you take somebody whose reputation is dog shit. There's a reason he's banned on Twitch, okay? Dog shit reputation on one hand, okay? That's in this hand. That's what's collapsed in this hand. And on the other hand, you got somebody who's a declining icon. A guy who's no longer on his main platform, Twitch. A guy whose YouTube is dead and dying, okay? Bleeding out. His relevancy was actively bleeding out. He was bleeding out. Boom, shot with the irrelevancy gun, bleeding out on the sidewalk. These 2 things, terrible reputation, bleeding out, is just a recipe for disaster when it comes to drama and especially scams. Because you gotta cash in with what little relevancy you have left and use the little crumbs left of attention you got and combine it with that shit reputation, whatever reputation you have, and try to get a scam in there. And that's what he did. He's bleeding out on the sidewalk, seeing how much money he can grab before nobody cares about him anymore.
Everyone sort of felt like, okay, maybe he's doing something different. Maybe everything he's been saying was, just a joke.
Because, dude, if I see $1 million, I'm selling. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna be like, I'll hold for you guys, bro.
He tweeted a response. Can you send me that? I would like to see it.
I see $1 million in my portfolio, I'm out.
Not gonna lie. that looks bad. But I'm gonna be really generous here and give Ice the benefit of the doubt. That clip probably was a joke, and it was probably made before he was actually thinking about making CXCOIN into a real thing.
Now, as time moved on, I and many other people sort of forgot about CXCOIN until January, when I decided to take a break for a little while. And while I was off, I couldn't help but feel that there was something else going on. I just had a hunch I had to look back. So with my free time, I joined the CXCOIN Telegram and started tracing back the wallets that Ice Poseidon had given me so transparently. And pretty soon I found out that, well, he gave me the wrong crypto wallets. Whoops. He gave me the DX sale wallet instead of his personal wallet, which didn't tell me anything. For example, one of those things he didn't tell me was the fact that he took out $200,000 from the liquidity pool at the very beginning, which is directly at odds with what Ice Poseidon told me himself when I asked. He said, "Don't worry, all the money is locked up, except
If
for
the money's locked, you can't take the money out, yeah.
$200,000, I guess." But it also hid another story, which was the misappropriation of the so-called marketing wallet. Now, according to CXCOIN's own white paper, the marketing wallet was to be used exclusively to, quote, fund marketing campaigns in the cryptocurrency market. But in the Telegram, there was another story going on. Ice Poseidon was complaining that he had spent money on an ad campaign and it just hadn't helped. Quote, "We spent 53K on a BTOC and it hasn't really helped. The wallet is limited." He berated people who complained. "You want me to spend 30K on stuff that doesn't help? Or you want me to think about the best ways to use marketing money?" Exactly. You can't use the marketing money on, well, marketing. Instead, the money seemed to go somewhere else. Shortly after this coin launched, Ice Poseidon bought himself a brand new Tesla. This video was published July 24th, and as he says, he bought it a week ago, putting it right around the time that he launched the coin and realized he had suddenly gotten a lot of money to his name. But I'm sure all that money is locked up, right? Apparently not. And here's the interesting thing. The longer things went on, Ice Poseidon just sort of gotten more and more brazen with the way he used the money, right? At first, it was just sort of sitting around. Then he started sending it to cash out wallets. And eventually I calculated that there's roughly $250,000 missing from that marketing wallet. But that's not all. Ice Poseidon had tricked his followers at this point by getting them to buy into a vision of a long-term project. The whole idea was that this was going to be a donation platform for streamers and that it would take a while to build. He kept reiterating this again and again.
I mean, this is a long-term project. I'm trying to, we're making a donation platform, so I'm going to put that on my stream, and this coin will just be around for the entirety of my streams.
He said this a lot in the Telegram too. You know this is long-term, right? Thanks, guys. I assume everyone is in it for the long haul. Anyone who invests in something should know this was a long-term project, so 1 week is not going to see results. Now, later, I would find out this was a lie. Ice Poseidon did not see this as a long-term project. He actually gave up after 2 weeks. But I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
If you ever need someone to summarize investing for beginners, I would love to hop on. Yes, you know what? I like an idea. I would like to take a rando from my chat and have them come on and explain investing to beginners after just going on a long rant about not trusting randos on the internet for investment tips. I'll keep that in mind, though.
Point is, Ice was getting brazen. He was increasingly intolerant of people who called him a scammer, saying they just hadn't done their research. He even brought my name into it, saying he had talked to Coffeezilla, maybe implying that I had cleared him.
And I've talked to these fucking people, Coffeezilla. I've talked to these guys. I showed them the coin. I showed them everything. And, they're giving me the benefit of the doubt. So obviously they would call me out if it was a scam.
Now, I'm going to be honest, this really pissed me off. Ice Poseidon was using my name to try to imply that he was legit, when in actuality, he had just fed me
the guy who wants to give you investing advice is a CXCOIN holder.
false information about his coin.
Yo, is CXCOIN still up? Can we get it? I want to see what it's at, so I can buy it. Still.
I've been in this Telegram for 3 hours, man. There's 14,000 people in here. I can't get a freaking word. I can't talk to the freaking dev. They said they were gonna they said they were gonna get Soulja Boy to send out a tweet. He hasn't sent out a tweet, man. And it just freaking bit me. I'm just trying to invest in a coin, man.
CXCOIN is the one to choose. I'm gonna be in the Telegram, my Telegram. CXCOIN Telegram. I'm the founder of CX.
The price is so low, it's in scientific notation. It is in scientific notation. It is that low. Holy shit. I didn't even know that was possible. What the fuck even is this? So when did this video come out? I want to know when it came out. It came out July 31st. So I want to assume there was a fallout the next day. Actually, no. It was so low that the negative attention actually helped it raise up 11 because people wanted to just look at the gimmick. January. Yeah, it says January. January 31st, 2022. January 31st, 2022. Was yesterday. Anyway, back to where we were.
And begged me not to talk about it. But amazingly, the final piece of this puzzle wouldn't
Wait, somebody begged you not to talk about it? What?
Now, I'm going to be honest, this really pissed me off. Ice Poseidon was using my name to try to imply that he was legit, when in actuality, he had just fed me false information about his coin and begged me not to talk about it. But amazingly, the final piece of this puzzle wouldn't fall into place until a few days ago. As I said, Ice had been getting more and more bold.
Oh, I said July? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Thinking, I guess, that he had gotten away with this. And on January 27th,
Yo, hey guys, you know what? What about a Dylan Burns coin? You know, you can't trust Poseidon, but like, you trust me. It'll be a community-based coin. It'll be a coin that will, the goal of the coin is to stop the war in Yemen. And, if you don't have it, you want the Yemenis to die. Burn coin. World peace tomorrow.
2nd, 2022, using his wallet that he didn't tell me about, he drained the
NFT for peace in Ukraine? Okay, we'll have an NFT for peace in Ukraine and a burn coin for peace in Yemen.
liquidity pool, essentially killing his own coin and taking the money from his investors. To be specific, he drained about 90% of the funds, which is about $300,000. Now, for important context, liquidity pools are how you get money out of crypto, right? You can't just cash out a coin like CXCOIN, right? You can't buy groceries with it. Someone has to be willing to trade you that coin for something that, sort of has value. So coins like this rely on something called liquidity pools, a big sort of pot of money. And what Ice Poseidon did, using the fact that he created this coin, he rug pulled 90% of that from his community, which meant that that's $300,000 that his investors would not be able to get back out. And at this point, I simply had enough. This was a scam. He had lied to me from the beginning, and he had lied to others about it, and I wanted to confront him, but I couldn't let him know that
Over
I knew
half my chat hates Yemen? Of course.
anything. Otherwise, he wouldn't pick up the call. So I simply
Oh
told
shit, so he didn't tell him that he had all the info before he called him. Oh shit.
him I wanted to chat, and to my surprise, he agreed. And so on the 26th of January, we had the call you're about to see. And mind you, I'm expecting him sort of to deny everything, like who would take credit for this? Well, Ice would, I guess.
It looks like the coin got rugged. You know anything about that?
Yeah. Not rugged, but
Well, someone pulled all the liquidity out. That's a rug, right?
that would be a rug, yes. But there is still liquidity in there.
40K got left and 300K got ripped out or something like that?
Yeah, that is exactly what happened.
Right. Are you laughing? Is that funny?
He really is.
No.
He could be laughing from like nervousness, but like, yeah, no, he pulled the rug.
You're hearing this right. He's admitting he
You
took
know what? I'm gonna take a stand right now in my chat for justice. I know the people who got scammed will never get their money back, but I'm gonna do something for every single one of them right now. I'm gonna do it. Ice Poseidon is now banned in the Dylan Burns TV chat. Try to recover from this one, purple boy. You're welcome.
took out 90% of the money, but that's not a rug pull, apparently. He had to do it after all. The crypto markets were crashing, and if he didn't take out the money, who would?
The crypto market is crashing, and the $300,000 is in there. There's two options, right? Leave the money in there, and then if BNB goes down to like $100, the money goes to shit anyways, or I could take it, and the money is not just going to dust.
The money would have.
It's literally just a pump. It's literally pumping and dumping. He's literally describing right now a pump and dump. He's just describing it in other words.
The money would have never gone to dust. I mean, it just would go back to the investors when they sold out, when you told them, hey guys, I'm no longer interested in this project. I wipe my hands of it. You know, you got your 50K in, you got your 50K out, you're good, right? You didn't deliver. This is not your money. I can't believe you keep thinking of it as like,
yeah, by the way, Ice Poseidon invested 50K in, then took the 300K out. So that's why we're saying he scammed his fans. He throws 50K of his own money in, but then takes $250 extra $1,000 out. He now has 300K. He now has a return on his investment, but everybody else gets fucked because there's only 40K left in it.
your money that's going away. That's your investors' money, and it should be their decision what they do with it.
Okay, I mean, that's a fair point.
That's a fair point. Yet, despite all these fair points I kept making, every time Ice got cornered about the fact that he was basically stealing from his investors, he slowly pivoted his language from, oh, this isn't a rug pull, to more like, well, the investors deserved it. He said, they believe too much in his project and his word.
They're, like, part of the responsibility is on them as well for being, you know, like putting too much emotion into it.
Now, look, I want to be clear.
They should have known I was a scum fuck. I mean, have you seen the clips? You remember the Purple Army? I mean, I was tased for money on stream. Wait, I was tased for money on stream during the Christmas special. Okay, that last point isn't scummy. You reel that one in a bit.
I agree that investing in any influencer coin is idiotic, but the logic here seems to be insane. They believed me, so it's okay I scammed them? I asked Ice about this.
I don't know if you're trying to say they deserve it. You're saying they owe some responsibility. I agree they owe some responsibility, but do they deserve to get ripped off?
Wait, let me just tweet something out.
A curd is a curd.
Hey! Thank you so much, Deep Dish Bard, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Dylan Coin. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Second, let me just tweet something out. Thinking about investing in this CXCOIN seems like a reasonable and responsible investment. Ice Poseidon. Can I save it? What's a good picture of Ice Poseidon? There we go. Okay, back to this. What? What? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Stop spamming ing! Stop spamming ing, you fucking degenerates! Why are you bullying me? You degenerates! No! Stop! Stop spamming ing! Thanks, chat. Thanks. Bunch of bullies.
No, I mean, nobody deserves that.
It's just
I mean,
what happened, though.
Like I said, sometimes you have to look out for yourself. I don't really know how else you want me to...
Jesus Christ! I mean, he looked out for himself at the expense of other people. And he was the one who set up the situation to scam his people.
Put it. I mean, you could say it in all these different ways to make it sound as horrible as possible. And you know what? I can agree with you on some of those things. I just don't like to put it in those specific ways because it makes it sound like that was the intention from the start, which it wasn't.
And there it is, the final refuge of every scammer. I started with good intentions. I meant to do the right thing. But I kept reminding Ice Poseidon or Paul or whatever, like his excuses made no sense because it wasn't as if the money was gone. It wasn't as if it had vanished. He still had it and could return it at any point. He doesn't have to go down as the scammer.
So I don't know why you're acting like it has to end with like you being the bad guy here. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm trying to like get you to return the money because it's 100% still available and you could do that. So that's what I'm not understanding is I want to get to that point. I don't think we're going to get there.
If you want the answer, yeah, I could give the money back. It is within my power.
Do it.
But I'm going to look out for myself and...
Dude, he's literally a cartoon villain. I don't know what to say about this. I mean, like, this is like, okay, and I don't mean to be like, I don't know how to put this. This would be like if somebody came up to you in the street with the worst reputation. Like, you know that this guy is known for if you give this guy money, he's just going to go spend it all on, like, drugs, or he's going to go spend it all on Pokemon cards, or he's going to go spend it all frivolously. This is a guy who's known to be irresponsible with money and is known to have the worst reputation. And he comes up to you and he says, I have an amazing business proposal. And you give this guy money. So to an extent, I do think the people who put through money at this are all idiots, okay? I gotta be honest. Idiots or young. As in, like, I don't know, maybe 12 or something. Like, who knows, right? But still, you can't just be like, well, they're stupid, so therefore Ice Poseidon gets away with scamming a bunch of people because those people happen to be stupid enough to believe him.
Not do that. I don't like know what else to say. That's just the most honest.
Check the comment on this dude's tweet. Shut. I can't even have a fun tweet anymore. I can't even have a fun tweet. You guys all bully me.
This answer.
Now, I do believe he's being honest here. I believe this is the most mask off anybody's ever been on my channel. Most of the time when you get these guys on the phone, they just try to deflect and dodge. I don't think that's happening here. Ice is being 100% transparent, and I realized it was a unique opportunity to get the full story of how these scams work. Ice Poseidon proceeded to walk me through the details on exactly how long it takes to whip up an influencer scam like this and the profits you can expect from it.
Can you tell me how much money you made off this? I'll just call it a scam. I know you don't want to call it a scam, but it is a scam. So what did you make off this?
Well, I got 55% and then 45% went to my developers. So I don't know, probably like 300,000.
Nice. What a good profit from doing. I mean, how long did you work on this project? Like seriously, how long did you work? I'm just curious.
Well, like you said, it was a fork, so I don't know, a couple weeks.
What do you plan to do with the money?
Invest into crypto, Ethereum, mainly.
Well, there you have it. For 2 weeks of work, forking someone else's program, you can get...
He's like, I'm going to take money out of... Wait, I thought he said crypto was crashing. Why is it... If he said crypto... If he gave the reason that crypto was crashing and that's why he took the money out, why is he reinvesting it back into crypto?
$300,000, which annualized is a pay rate of $7.8 million per year if he would just scam every 2 weeks. It's not hard to see the appeal, obviously, but what blew my mind is that he hadn't gotten away with this. Like, he got caught red-handed, and somehow, I guess I was just expecting him to go, oh, well, okay, I guess I'll return the money now. But no, he just kept doubling down.
You are deciding to do the shitty thing. You know that, and you're still doubling down.
I am doubling down. Do you not agree, though, some of the responsibility is on people who, if you're still holding something that's inactive for months, like, sure, okay, maybe they, have faith in me, whatever, but that's not a good...
That's your fans, dude. That's your fans. These are people who followed you since they were kids. They admire you. They look up to you. That's the people you're saying, well, that's their fault.
I honestly couldn't believe what he was saying
He's
here.
basically saying they're so stupid that they believed in me. That's what they're saying. That's what he's actually saying.
Not that he didn't care. I'm kind of used to that. But he clearly expects zero consequences for his actions, right? And this made me think that at least part of the reason for this might be because stories like Save the Kids, which got huge
I mean,
press,
no.
ultimately-
Don't get me wrong. He's not wrong. That the people who put money into his crypto are stupid for having believed in him. But it's not that a moral thing to scam stupid people, right? When I look at you guys and I say, hey, thank you for the Twitch Prime. I would appreciate a Twitch Prime, a tier 1 sub, a gifted, donations tonight. You know, I'm streaming to all 750 of you guys out there right now who are watching live, 750 live viewers. And you're in the comfort of your home, but I got to do this every day to pay the bills, okay? Right? Now, this is obviously a scam because everyone knows that I am a weapons smuggler. But you guys give me money because you want to support me, the weapons smuggler. Or support my Patreon. I support my Patreon, !Patreon chat. So that's the difference, right? He is somebody... Wait, what? Don't worry about it. He, okay? Where is Ice streaming to post a video? So that's YouTube videos from 4 months ago. He's stopped, as far as I know. It's a dead channel. It's a dead channel.
Nothing happened. Don't get me wrong, it's important to get these stories out there anyway, but you have to understand the inner workings of the greedy influencer. When you don't have law enforcement consequences for what is essentially theft and fraud, you end up with people like Ice Poseidon realizing they can do the same without consequence. And I'm not merely speculating.
Right now, he's making literally the case for why Ancapistan would be a failure.
This clip you're about to watch is of Ice Poseidon discussing with his partner, Moises, what happened to Sam Pepper, one of the leaders of Save the Kid. They don't talk as if he's a cautionary tale, but instead as if Sam Pepper had won, as if Sam Pepper had beat the system. He stole money and he got away with it.
I mean, I did watch that Coffeezilla video. I think Sam's a fucking millionaire now. So I think he still succeeded me. Although he got it in a very poor way. He made it up like a bandit, bro.
Sam's probably a fucking lower life. Probably has like 3 million crypto. The dude broke his lease.
If you got a
on his Tesla, the dude paid like, what was it, 10 stacks to break his lease.
I don't know. Yeah, if you're breaking your lease and leaving the country, I mean, you
He flew first class
I mean,
to Europe.
if he really felt the need to do all that, then he probably made plenty of money.
I heard
Sam Pepper scammed people, but because he did it without going to jail, he's successful. He got away with it. That's how these people think. So is it any wonder when Ice Poseidon is caught also stealing money, his response is, oh, well, I'm just going to look out for number one. It's their fault for getting scammed. They shouldn't have believed me. He's just so obviously not afraid of getting caught. And why would he? In fact, I asked him about this fact, whether these things should be prosecuted.
Somebody saying Moises is streaming. I don't know who that is.
And he seemed to think that this was a wild idea.
Do you think the FBI should get involved with cases like this, or like the SEC, or do you think like people like you should be prosecuted?
No.
I can't say this enough.
I'm sorry. I just love. I love that response. No, actually, I think I should be allowed to get away with it. He's so fucking stupid. He's so fucking stupid, man. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
These guys aren't scared. They think they can do whatever they want. They'll just fork a coin, take $300,000, another $200,000, another $250K, and walk away, and screw you, what are you going to do about it? Oh, and by the way, in case you thought that this was just a matter of Ice Poseidon messing up once, I actually found old clips of him admitting to what seems to be some kind of credit card phishing scam.
I fished credit cards back when I was younger, dude. I didn't do anything with the credit cards because I was like afraid of going to jail.
But that time he didn't go through with it because he was afraid of the consequences. Well, that was then and this was now, and now he's not scared anymore. Ultimately, this whole conversation between me and Ice ended with us just sort of going in circles. Me pointing out that what he was doing was ethically wrong, him telling me that he agreed, but he essentially doesn't care. And I felt sort of like a failure afterwards, to be honest. I didn't achieve my goal of having Ice Poseidon return the money to his victims. However, a few hours afterwards, Ice Poseidon DM'd me one last time. He told me, He wasn't going to give all the money back, but he was planning to give a little bit of it back, $155,000. Now, I want to be clear about this. Giving back $155,000 is better than nothing. It's good for the investors who hopefully will withdraw.
Dude, that is like if I walked into one of your guys' home and I stole like your computer and all your jewelry and your TV and your wallet and all this shit. And I'm like, okay, here's your TV back. I'm a nice guy. Still, fuck you. What do you mean? Give everything back. It's in your power.
All their money as soon as watching this video. But it's so obviously a last-minute Hail Mary for whatever is left of his reputation. It's kind of pathetic. I mean, to be clear, he's still keeping the bulk of the money. He knows that, and he knows that we know that. Remember, this still leaves him with taking $200,000 from the project at the start, another $250,000 from the marketing wallet, which went basically nowhere, and then $300,000 from the liquidity pool, of which he's saying, okay, I'll return $155,000. I don't know what this is supposed to demonstrate. Are people supposed to all of a sudden applaud as he gives a small fraction of what he took? Except, wait a minute, I just checked. Ice Poseidon doesn't even seem like he can do that much. After DMing me, I went to the Telegram and his admin updated everyone and said, we just finished a buyback of over 120 BNB rocket emoji, which is not $155,000. It's only $40,000. Now, whether Ice Poseidon has actual plans to put the rest in or, oh my.
So, to be clear, what happened was he takes the 300K, says, okay, fine. I'll still scam them out of a ton of money, but I'll put back $150,000. I'll do it. So people can buy out, so they don't care anymore. Then, he doesn't even meet that new bad standard, which doesn't even meet the standard of fixing what he did, and then only puts 40K in. Not even 50% of what he promised to put in, which was already 50% of how much money he scammed.
My gosh, return the full amount? I really doubt it. It's just amazing to see that Ice seems to be doing this only because he got caught, sort of got interrogated for 30 minutes, and faces reputational damage, yet he still can't muster the moral courage, or at least fear, to return the small fraction of money he promised. And so to close this, look, I'll be honest, in my opinion, Ice Poseidon is not a good person. I don't think he regrets anything or feels bad about any of this. And I think the unfortunate conclusion many other influencers will come to when looking at this is that Ice, like Sam Pepper, has finally made it. He's succeeded in the influencer game. He's gotten away with it. Or has he? There may still be ways to prevent stuff like this from happening. There are two things you can really do. Number one, you can share this video so more people become aware of what Ice
help this man make the money
did and get more eyeballs on it. But two, if anyone was scammed by CXCOIN and lost money, they can report their losses to icy3.gov, linked below. This is the FBI submission portal if you've been defrauded or wronged. And if enough people report things like this, there's a chance people will be brought to justice. I just hope it happens sooner than later. That way I'll stop hearing about how influencers like Sam Pepper made it. Until then, all I can do is report, dig, and investigate. That's all for now. I'm Coffeezilla. Thanks for watching.
What a great video. Unironically, I don't care that much about Ice Poseidon, but this guy this was a decent video. Good work. Good work. My opinion. My official position.
A curd is a curd.